Hey everyone, it's Thursday, so that means it's time for another Tune-Up Thursday, and these are videos that we put together to help you to take care of your marriage. Now, last week we started a series where we're looking at 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Oftentimes, 1 Corinthians is referred to as the love chapter, and we're looking at what verses 4 through 8, we're just kind of walking through these steps, walking through these descriptions one by one over the next few weeks. Last week we did love is patient. This week we're looking at love is kind. Now remember, we have to define what love is. And the love that Paul is talking about in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is an agape love. It's God's love towards us, and it's the love that He's calling us to do. One problem, we're not God, so we're not able to love the way that He has called us to love. But here's the great thing. What God calls us to, He equips us to. So through the Holy Spirit, we have the ability to love the way that He wants us to love, the way that He loves us. And so we're walking through this passage, and we're particularly looking at it through the lens of marriage. Okay, so remember that. These are all videos about helping you to take care of your marriage. So last week was Love is Patient. I encourage you to go back and watch that. The link is there on the screen. But here's the second part. Love is patient. Love is kind. Now, here's what you need to know about kindness. It's this attitude of generosity. It carries with it this idea of wanting to help, wanting to look for the good, the good for someone else. I'm looking out for their interest, not just focusing on mine, but I want good things to happen for my spouse. And not only do I want them to happen, I'm going to do things to make those things happen. It's more than just an attitude, but it's an attitude that manifests itself in actions. It's not just good intentions, but it's doing. It's a verb. And that verb, kindness, or is kind in the Greek, it's in the present tense, meaning it's something that's happening now. It means to be a part of your lifestyle. It's not just, kindness isn't just a special occasion type thing, like for our anniversary or for birthdays or for Valentine's Day. Kindness should be who you are. It's who Christ is. And so if Christ is living in us, then it's a part of who we are. And so we're seeking after the good of our spouse, and we're doing whatever we can. And I love that word, seeking after. It means we're looking for it. We're looking for opportunities to be kind. We're looking for opportunities to serve. We're looking for opportunities to encourage. We're looking for opportunities to be gentle, to be loving. We're not sitting back. We're not passive. Marriage is not a passive event. It's an active event. And so we're looking after that. And here's the thing about that attitude. It carries with it an attitude of willingness. In other words, I want to be kind to my spouse. I want to help my spouse. I want to serve my spouse. It's not something that you're forced to, and it's not something that you do begrudgingly. You know, it's like, okay, it's almost noon, so I haven't been kind, so I better figure out something. No, it's something that you're pursuing, and your attitude is, I want to do this. I want to do something that it's going to benefit my spouse. And ultimately, what benefits your spouse, it's going to benefit your marriage. It's what God has called us to do, and He's called us to be kind. And He modeled that for us by pursuing a relationship, pursuing our good. And so we should do the same. The Bible says that love is patient and that love is kind. In other words, we are actively looking for opportunities to do things that will benefit our spouse. So my hope and my prayer for you this week is you will practice kindness. I'd love to hear your stories, love to hear how it's going. Feel free to comment, but do me a big favor, like this video and share this video with someone that you know, someone that you think might benefit from these. And as always, please, please, please take care of your marriage.